to formulating and establishing the LPRC as a statutory authority in the Republic of Liberia, and with other major updates that the public will be able to understand the workings of the Senator. With that being said, distinguished members of the press, they are now introduced to you the Senator, Honorable Senator, the press.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the legislative pool, media institutions, accredited to the Senate. And good afternoon, good morning, good day, wherever you are following on the social media. We'd like to welcome all of you to our office. Just two things we want to give update. We submitted two bills, one on last Thursday for the submission to the Senate for consideration to establish a claims court. And today, we made another submission of a bill to establish the Liberia Petroleum Refinery Company, LPRC, into statutory existence. And we wanted you to know that, especially regarding the claims court, gets its backing from Article 26 of the Constitution of Liberia. In simple terms, the claims court, when established, will give the opportunity to citizens, individuals, private entities, the venue, constitutional venue, to sue government and agents of government for rights abuse. The claims court, as required by the Constitution, Article 26 of the Constitution, will provide and will be the only platform available where citizens and institutions can sue government for rights abuse. Only rights abuse. Your right to live, your right to own property, your right to freedom. Once your rights are abused, there is no court in this republic that grants the right to citizens, the opportunity to citizens to sue government and agents of government acting on behalf of government when rights are abused. So the Constitution, Article 26, provides that platform and that avenue to you, the citizens, to check government's excesses, especially when it comes to rights abuse. Regarding the LPRC, we submitted today for consideration of the Senate, and I believe we have support of our colleagues to add LPRC into law. LPRC as an institution has been operating on articles of incorporation since 1978. There is no provision of any law that gives the governance structure of LPRC, and no provision of any law that authorizes the president of Liberia, whether it's Joseph Nima Boakai today, whether it was Ellen Johnson Sirleaf yesterday, or George Weah, or whether it was President Samuel Doe. There is no law that give authority to the president of Liberia to appoint people at LPRC. So we want to give a statutory existence to LPRC in keeping with the provision of Article 89 of the Constitution that grants authority to the legislature to enact additional agencies and commissions, public agencies and commissions, and give them the governance structure. So we want to do that. We believe that our colleagues will support those two laws, those two bills for passage. And I will be working along with my colleagues in the House of Representatives so we can lift the statute of limitation bill that put on the floor and was passed by the Senate in July of last year. Is before the House of Representatives for concurrence. I just wanted to brief all of this, and then we can open up for question and answer.
Thank you, Senator. So we'll take the first three questions and then we'll proceed. Yes, please, Nelson.
Yeah, I'm Nelson from Spoon. So, Senator, my concern has to do firstly with the LPRC. The the push now to take it to statutorily establish it instead of just article of incorporation. Um, what is the LPRC going to do differently under this new arrangement that you're pushing for? Is it going to change anything that the LPRC has been doing in the past?
So we'll also be looking at the authority of LPRC to be regulator of the downstream sector of the oil and gas sector, and whether they will remain as regulator and just or as the entity of government responsible to ensure all the other functions that they have been exercising. We have the LPRA, which regulates the upstream sector of the gas sector, like they regulate NOCAL. LPRC right now is the regulator, the licensor, and LPRC is doing commercial importation, LPRC doing retail and all that stuff. So we want to put all of those into proper perspective so that LPRC can have a specific defined statutory function with the governance structure as to who can be appointed, what authority can appoint who at LPRC. This is all part of the reform of the arrest agenda to give this country a systemic structure that the country can be proud of going forward, so that one entity can have all these duplications of functions and power all assigned by a statutory act. And normally when you're operating under articles of incorporation by law, you are existing under the Business Association Law of Liberia. That makes you a private public business entity that must register with your business registration every year. I'm not even sure the last time LPRC did a business registration operating and rely only on articles of incorporation. We need to set these things straight for reform purposes.
My name is Bamoto from the Brain Investigative Program. Few time ago, your colleagues and the Abbott chair also raised this issue about giving the statutory mandate to LPRC.
Right.
And you are also taking similar path, that is proposing a bill. Is there any collaboration between you and your colleagues?
Yes, indeed. Senator Abbott Chair is also a member of the Judiciary Committee, and these bills will be before the Judiciary Committee. I just told you that this bill has some very popular support with the Senate, and I'm sure the House, and even LPRC as an institution, I believe, will welcome this, so that we can structure this government institution properly, and then we can find a means by which they will be required by law to contribute to the national budget.
Yeah, Senator, since the introduction of this bill.
And so, good evening, folks. Welcome this evening to BKS TV, and welcome to the HITAL program here on BKS TV. On the HITAL, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and bullets. In tonight's edition of the show, we'll be hosting a son of Nima County, a youth of Nima County, Makaye Wunda or Wunde. He'll be joining us here tonight on the show. He has an advocacy that he's been engaging in for a few days now or a few weeks now about this government. He's expressing some dissatisfaction in some of the key officials of this government hailing from Nima County. According to him, the youth of Nima play a very crucial role in bringing this government to power. But yet and still, there are little or no opportunities for many of these young people. So he has taken the torch to speak to the guys in government. He'll be joining us here tonight on the show. We'll be asking him all the questions. Where is he coming from with this advocacy? And what is he anticipating to achieve in his advocacy too as well? So let me welcome all of you to the show. Mario Kroma is watching us from Campley City, Nima County. Aloshak Elizana Tente Jr. is also watching us from Canada. Christian Mann is also following us this evening. Anderson T. Wisa is also following us from Buyao District, Nima County. Before we bring on our guests, let's try to bring you a few updates here this evening on the show before we bring on our guests.
President Joseph Human Boakai and Gender Minister Tour donate school supplies at the Gemsin Harris College. Tour donated chief relief to school supplies at the Freeport of Monrovia, the Athens, including school shoes, clothing, educational materials, were donated by Bishop Travis Stephen Cookings of the UK-based His Church Charity to support vulnerable children and students on the Back to My Classroom initiative. Let's bring you this one too. This is from the University of Liberia. The UR President Claire's Ed confirms Azita Jones Howie as law school valedictorian. The University of Liberia has confirmed Ms. Azita Jones Howie as the official valedictorian of the law school 105 graduating class. The announcement follows an internal investigation into allegation questioning Howie's academic credentials raised by Martin Colley of the Campaigners for Academic Crimes Court. In a statement, the university president said the institution reviewed Howie's records, consulted key academic staff, and confirmed that her selection followed proper procedure, including recommendation by the registrar and approval by the faculty senate. Dr. Lelia Mampaya emphasized that valedictorian status is distinct from honor roll or special honors and urged that academic concern be handled internally to prevent unnecessary controversy and protect the institution's reputation. Today, Asila Mental Liberia present checks to 15 counties after the National County Sports Meet competition in Liberia. The amount donated is yet unknown to this platform, but we keep following the story. At a major European Union-wide economic diplomacy forum in Brussels, Foreign Minister Sarah Besloyanti led a high-level Liberian delegation, including ministers of finance, agriculture, commerce, and public works, along with private sector representatives supported by the UN and investors like ArcelorMittal. The forum brought together business leaders from all 27 EU member states for government to business and business to business talk. Minister Yanti emphasized the focus on results, stating, "We are here because we want deals. We are here because we want jobs for our people. We are here because we want diversity and prosper Liberia." The discussion center on infrastructure, agriculture, energy, trade, and investment, signaling a shift from traditional aid to practical partnership that can drive job creation and economic growth. The minister, in a statement, says the Brussels Forum marks a new era in Liberia foreign policy with aggressive promotion of investment as a key priority. That's it here, Vic Sibling. Cephas G. Bella is also watching us from District 3, Nema County. Let's bring you this last one from the Forestry Development Authority. FDA warns against illegal farming in national forest. The Forestry Development Authority is calling on all Liberians to halt the destruction of national forest. FDA Deputy Managing Director for Administration and Finance, Mr. Victor W. Closer, says illegal farming and unauthorized activities are harming the environment, human health, and Liberia's future. He warned that the government plans to deploy the armed forces of Liberia to protect forest reserves and urged citizen communities, leaders, and local authorities to cooperate. Liberia forests are part of our national heritage, Clotes stress. We must protect them for ourselves and future generations to come. Moses Zepe is watching us from Bone County, Liberia. The House of Representatives began review of Boaka's foreign affairs structuring bills. The House of Representatives has forwarded to its Committee on Foreign Affairs and Good Governance, Executive and Judiciary, a presidential bill seeking a restructure the Ministry of Foreign Affairs with mandate to report within 2 weeks. In a communication to the legislature, President Joseph Human Boaka Sr. proposed an act to amend and restate provisions of the executive law to modernize and strengthen the administrative structure of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The president said the reform aims to improve efficiency, enhance coordination, and boost Liberia diplomatic engagement and international cooperation. Mata Kuku's son is also watching us here this evening from Lofa County. Let's bring on our guest. 15 minutes past 9 o'clock in Liberia. Our guest is in the back already. Let's try to bring him on. But let's go for this break and put ourselves together with one or two. This is from the great Dr. Oliver Dichek from Nigeria. Very good old song here. Let's go for this break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
When I wake up in morning, I go pray to my God. When I come back in the evening, I go pray to my God. Always believe in trying, nothing comes for nothing. Always do my best, and leave the rest to God. Oh, funny, funny identity. Oh, funny, funny identity. Oh, funny, funny identity. Oh, funny, funny identity.
Voila, welcome again. Welcome back to the Heat Up program here on BKS TV. My brother, good evening and welcome to BKS TV and welcome to the Heat Hour Show. How you doing, Chief?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you also, Junior, Payne, for inviting me on your show today. I mean, it's awesome. And every young man named I would definitely want to appear on the famous BKS show. So we hope for the best and we hope that this conversation is going to be something that will not only impact me, but the young people in Nimba that got involved in the process that brought us to where we are today.
Great. It's great having you on the show here, my brother. Now, for the sake of those listening to you by radio and also on Facebook and YouTube and all of the platforms they are following you from, just introduce yourself for us, your name, where you hail from, and maybe a little bit of your educational background, and let's start a conversation.
Thank you. My name is Mokaye Islamwewundan, and I hail from district number 3, specifically Bepi Ziglo. But I grew up in Ghana from ABC, nursery to I obtained my first degree right here in Ghana. I graduated from the Liberia International Christian College. From high school, I graduated from the Ghana United Methodist School. So I've spent my entire life living in Ghana, in Nimba. And I'm a young man who understands our city and Nimba as a whole. And we have done our survey all the time. In every corner you visit, there's one thing almost every young people keep saying, that they are being abandoned by the big brothers, that they campaign along with during the 2023 elections. And we all know how resounding Nema was when it comes to the numbers. And they see young people who go in the raft, the ferry, to transport Talishi overnight, when the trenches where the other big brothers couldn't go, where they went on the bikes everywhere, and they had smooth and cordial relationship. All of a sudden, they are distancing themselves and acting elite on the young people who struggle. And so it's a major concern in every corner. And we think that as young people, we can't just sit there and be having pocket conversation. There's a need to bring it to the spotlight so that our big brothers that are in those shoes can be able to change, reconsider that decision so that we can be able to move smoothly like we were during the election.
That's great. And I mean, this is a really good advocacy. You've been on this now for the past few days. I know they've been hearing your cry, they've been listening to some of your interviews, they've been reading some of the news scripts written about you. Have you tried to reach out to some of these names that you mentioned as to your concern?
I've not only me, I don't want to be specific. I want to talk about young people in general. If we check the comment section on most of the posts I've been doing, you get to understand what the relationship with the young people and the guys who've been posting is like. Currently, 8 o'clock, let's say an hour ago, we did a post again. If you check the comment section, you get to understand what I'm talking about. So I'm not the only victim, and we are not 1, 2, 3. We are in numbers. I was surprised that people started calling me, some young comrades started calling me from buying secretary and appreciating all for the advocacy. So it's not something that only people in Ghana are being affected, but the entire country. And if you check the comment section, it's evident. For me, I can name countless government officials that we were, we had a smooth relationship before doing the election. Today, they gave me open our messages. And some of them, all they started calling each other, saying we started the advocacy and saying the only reason we are talking loudly like this because we want him now. Well, what we are talking about, I get peanut asking for you know that we have the potential to own a whole farm. We are not begging for peanut. What we are talking about is something that the young people in Nimba can benefit to the same way they are wearing those 2 easy shirts and loud face cap. We do have the potential and ability. We want to enjoy like them. So these are reasons why we are into the struggle and ensuring that the young people get a fair share of what they struggle for.
In one of your interviews, you said those folks, when it comes to Ganta, the only thing they give to young people is alcohol, style, and all of that. Do you care to elaborate for us? Who are those people involved? Who are those people?
No, we will not mention our name for so many reasons. But most of the young people already know who we are talking about. They get classes. You know who we are talking about, and most of the big brothers already know themselves. Junior, you're interested to know that when they come, Nimba is so unique to understand that no matter how you stay in Morway, most often they come to Nimba for weekend. Even though it's going weekend, they were here again in huge number. So when they come, they have specific area to go this time. They either at Jackie's restaurant where anybody can just go easily, or a beer garden restaurant where it's fully AC, anybody can just go easily, or even just in a new restaurant, or VIP. So these are classical areas they go and hide and sit down at AC and start beering and starring. Now, if you are fortunate to get in a kind of gathering, obviously anybody that enter beer garden or VIP, you already have money to buy. But sometimes when you meet them fortunately, maybe they'll show you tons of it. They say, oh my man, what's up? Yeah, oh my man, I'm calling you, that kind of way. And then sometimes they just tell you, my man, tell you what you want to take, and it's just like that, poop, they're gone. And this has been something that's been going on since 3 years now. And we think it's time. If not now, then when? When are we going to get our fair share too?
So, the advocacy is good. Now, you're already in the public glass. People know you now, Makaye. They know what you stand for. I think it would be just to many of the young people who believe in you, who have given you the touch of this advocacy, to just mention those people name. And I also want to know, what are some of the demands that you the people want for these guys to give to you? What are some of your
Thank you, Junior. We are actually not asking for much. We are actually not asking for much because, for instance, the vice president, he won't say about it. He was senator, and when that issue happened with Askara Crayon University of Liberia, Campbell, when you were speaking, he said something. He said, "To whom much is given, much is expected." So that statement is not just an ordinary statement. Meaning, our people that came to us and convinced us that we establish auxiliary groups not only in our cities, in our communities, but in other cities. We give them much. So we are expecting much. So there are a few things we really need that we are asking for. When we are asking or for these things based on that level, we know they have the potential to do them. One is TVET, vocational education. Currently, we have the first yellow machine in the country. For me, I always emphasize on this. I did our analysis or calculation, small calculation, and I got to understand this. 285 yellow machines that will be in the country. 285 yellow machine, a single yellow machine needs 5 operators. So if you turn 5 times 285 yellow machines, that's 1,400 plus job confirmed already. That's been provided by the government. And these jobs, the 1,400 plus is excluding the service truck, is excluding the water tanker, the fuel tanker, and other or heavy duty materials that are coming in the country. So we are talking about approximately 1,006 to 2,000 jobs. Now, my question I ask myself most often is, do we have people, skilled operators to move this equipment? And for me, I tell myself no. Why? Because imagine ArcelorMittal can put up vacancy sometime for heavy duty, and sometimes go 1 week, and it's just struggling to get a certain amount. And one of the easier way to get employed with Meta, for instance, is that heavy duty operation. So now the government have brought yellow machine. We are happy. But where are the operators? Where are the skilled people? Fortunately for us, we already have a vocational school in Ghana called the For Life Zoo, which is going to start effectively in March. They did a full orientation on Saturday. These are things we are asking for. People, since government can incorporate everybody, some of the young people who have the potential, we can help rally around to send them to the vocational school so that they can be able to learn something and get job for themselves. That every day they're going to be coming to you so that they be giving them chicken change. We don't want you to give us fish. All we are saying is teach us how to catch fish. And for some of us who we are educated, we believe you can give us a net. Since we know how to catch fish, give us a net so that we can catch our own fish too. It's very simple. Now only For Life Zoo we are talking about. They got catering schools in Ghana. They got catering schools in San Nicolas. These things are not expensive. You can look at whole year and say, okay, maybe or this coming July, or when the school open, I can call 1 or 2 comrades and say, please go get your information sheet for the vocational school and start doing something. When somebody get children start doing catering, home art, and maybe cake and all of that, you transform a whole generation. No liability is going to be on you. So we're not saying or you should give out your salary, because we know it might not even be enough for you, but if you can identify a few people and help them so that you can transform their life, it's going to be good for all. Even if that 100%, we appreciate 60. We're not asking for cash. We are asking for empowerment and technical skills so that the young people can learn. That's what we're asking for.
Now, these young people that you're speaking to, you don't want to call their name. Some of them will say, Makaye, you or any other person have not reached out to me before about schooling out with things like that. Have you guys in any other way contacted these people to help your schooling in their field?
Junior, I'll tell you for free, is that it's not really professional to display a private conversation like screenshot or text messaging and all of that. But there are countless people. For instance, let me say an example of okay. Her name is Rose Yene. If you really follow most of my posts, you'll see her almost in the comment section crying. Currently, Rose was one of the outstanding any of the now. She still stands with the rescue government. Rose lost her both parents in early, I think 2024 or 2023. Just last month, Rose Charles, her only Charles, her father, he died from a hit and run in Moreville. A real promising young man from Nimba. He died from a hit and run. And the only person that she was literally depending on. Currently, Rose is in desperate need to attend a vocational school with For Life Zoo, and there's no way. I can assure you that I care. I struggle on her own. She called me all the time. She was coming from Benji there. She already registered. It's around 6,000 plus, and she herself able to pay about 20,000 prepayment because according to the information sheet, you have to pay 6,000 plus. You buy your uniform and pay for installment of 300 years before you enter the school. Rose currently registered and paid about 20,000. Now there's no way to enter. Numerous people she have inboxed and no one can open a message. They can't open a message. We know them, but we can just come out and just be calling people names because there are too many. We don't want to be selective.
Now the burden is on you. Another thing is that people will say young people take on advocacy for their personal interest to get their personal benefit. How different are you, Makabe? Just in case somebody's going to call you behind the scene to give you a little thing.
Please be audible. Please reiterate.
Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, please be audible and reiterate.
Okay, great. My question to you is, many young people in Nimba, in Liberia, have taken on advocacy before, and these people have been compromised along the way. People have called them to compromise their advocacy. How different are you from those people who have compromised before? Are you hearing me?
I'm getting you.
Okay,
so, Junior, I'll tell you for free. You getting me?
Yes, sir. Go
I can
ahead.
tell you for free, Junior. I can tell you for free, Junior. I'm a young man, and I know my future is bright. I'm less than 28 years old, and I know I have almost 50 years to live. I'm not going to compromise or myself right now or tarnish my reputation because of chicken change. I'll be very honest with you. Currently, we may not be on government payroll, but God said you bless the work of our hands. Some of we either beekeeping. Pretty soon, April will harvest the only honey bee and sell them. It will carry for a long way. So we're not running behind people for what it's things that are not sustainable. What we are talking about, trust me, if we can't get people involved with TVET, where young people go to vocational schools and get educated, and young people get one or two things doing right, we're not going to quit. And believe me, this is not about me. This is not about me. Because you see my body already, you see how my body be, they can tell you that I'm not really suffering. So it's not about me. It's about the young people that are depending on us. And if we fail them today, what beyond the years we have to live for, whatever we're going to see or whatever we're going to get involved with, we're not going to be taken serious. So our stand on this is on compromising, it's on bending, and we remain resolute on it.
Now, what if all of these demands are not met until 2029 comes around, or we are in 2028 during campaign season? What would be the different stance from you young people who are involved into politics that support politicians? What would be your different stance? Because it's often said that the future is in our hands as young people. Now we've given the government our future; they are handling this for us. If your demands are not met, what would be the different step that you would take in ensuring that your demands are met in the future?
But firstly, I want to make this very clear. Firstly, I'm not a member of any political party in Liberia, but I support the president and vice president, or President Joseph Boakai and Vice President Kun. I support the rescue government, and our support to them is going a long way. We have no plans of going another area. Firstly, secondly, you see, there's something they call red flag. For example, I remember where the advocacy started from, where the young people really started raising the issue. Let me just give a little overview of it. It all started January 2025 when the late senator body was brought to Nimba. And you know, obviously, the president got inaugurated 2024 January. Most of our people, some of them got the appointment letter, confirmation, everything was in May, or April, May, July, June, July, like that. So it was just 6, 7, 8 months after the appointment, and the conversation wasn't really smooth. We noticed it, but we said, okay, maybe they just got appointed, so they're getting on space. So when they brought the late senator body, almost all the government officials from Nimba came. And it was interesting to know, Gino, I was seeing people that we were in the trenches where they were sitting in a fully easy cars and we're showing thumbs up. The same man you were with yesterday, where you related the brothers and sisters it's the same person, just showing you what's up, picking up a car, I can too busy for you. When you go to them, somebody said they'll give you a call car, they can't answer the call. So after that, most of the young people started raising red flag from there. There was same pocket conversation. The entire year went 2025 after the buried the late senator. Nobody related with the young people, their behavior or stay the same. Now, if you can recall last year, the Unity Party was having, their headquarters, groundbreaking or dedication or something like that, where they decentralized their fundraising and said all the counties should go in our counties and generate funds. And then it was almost like a rally or competition. Now, after what happened in January, they deliberately refused to relate to the young people. They came again on December 5th in Uganda. On December 5th, the program was here. It was a GB rally. It was here as Sparking the team, and it was a GB rally. It was interesting to know that, Junior, there were more cars in the program than human beings. There were more cars in that program than human beings. If you check the social media, you do your research, you get to understand what I'm talking about. There were more cars in the program than human beings. The same people that came from Morovia, that same elite star, they came to park their cars. When you see it in Lanza, you pass, you say, yeah, what kind of program are having here? 99% of the residents of Uganda deliberately refused to attend that program. It was a signal. They intentionally refused to attend the program. They passed and did a normal thing. I can tell you what free GB level all that day. I went right around Spark and all the back of my head. We saw people in the community, or maybe they started giving some of the people. I was around there. I went to barb my hair. I saw the cars. I saw how they related. So then I came from Morrill, had the program. And you know Nimba for sure. Whatever, if we check the list of the Nimba, it's not even part of the top 3. That Unity Party rally. If you check your Nimba, it's not part of the top 3. I can tell you for free because the people didn't turn up. And it was a signal. It's a very terrible sign. So our people then didn't change again. After December 5th, we say, okay, maybe they will change again. Let's see the next approach. Nimba won the trophy. He brought the trophy again, look at tour in Nimba just this one January. Last year, January, when they brought it, listen, the same thing repeated, and it was even worse than what happened before. Because the same people already now, we saw some of them. We don't want to disclose or some things we saw happening. But you go visit, man, people too busy. When they see you 1 or 2 things, they pause your blood, they passing around. And it's very sad. And that's one of the main reasons that prompted our advocacy, because the young people are angry. If you check my phone right now, if I show you text messages of people giving a testimony and explaining some things, it's very terrible. And if this government, if the government officials from Nimba in government doesn't change, the signal that the people show on December 5th, 2025 might go a long way, and it might be terrible.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Again, folks, if you are just joining us here tonight, we are in conversation with Makaye Wanda. He's a youth of Nimba. He hails from Detroit District 3, but have resided in Ganta for the rest of his life. He's into the advocacy of calling on government officials from Nimba who are currently serving in this government to do some tangible things for the young people of Nimba County. Mr. Sam Cyrus Balie, welcome to the show. The guest is here. You can ask him 3 questions since we have few, and we can go for second round before we let him go.
Thank you, Junior. I'm not sure if I really have a question for the guest, but I will try my best to see what I can say. But my young man, how are you?
Saying wearing Kosu today, you know the beginning that what about that beginning we have fire behind you. The beginning you need to wear Kosu, the job begin coming there, you wearing Kosu too. I think tomorrow what you got is what the beginning Makaye, I need to wear my Kosu too. Next time you come out, wear Kosu.
Okay, thank you for being on the show. Are you a supporter of the Unity Party?
Yes, I support this government. I support the president and vice president in the Unity Party.
So before you threw in your support, what was the promise to you? And what was your position at the time?
Say that, come again.
Before you gave your support to the Unity Party, what was the promise to you and what was your position?
Thank you. Like there's a reason why our advocacy we are precise on Nimbaans in government that campaign and are not paying attention. Our big brothers then we funded auxiliaries, multiple auxiliaries in Ganta, Kampli, other areas, multiple auxiliaries, not one. And we know the conversation we had with them when we used to sit down. It was an assurance, and we have plans to execute. Even if not us, but part of the team, there were assurance for certain people to get some TV education. There's a reason why we have been specific about vocational education. These were conversations we had because we said, big brothers, it is not possible to sponsor from your salary, take care of your family, your rent, transportation, school fees, and other things, saving, and then you sponsor 2-3 persons at your university to spend 4 years and obtain a bachelor degree or master. It is not possible. We want to be realistic. So when this election will become, and most of them consented that no problem, it's not anything. TV is not really expensive. Lord, fortunately for us, it is rare in Ganta, it's in some in Sanigode, in most of the cities. So our expectations are not being met because the promises that were made mutually that made us to tighten our belt and campaign vehemently across the country is not being met, and it's so frustrating.
So do you believe that when you support a party Party is an organization. They got a lot of members in the party, and some people can have the opportunity to excel, and some people cannot.
Most often with a political party, majority number is very cardinal. If some group support a political institution and then majority is not at the top, or you get 2% out of 100 at the top, is a very terrible thing. I think it's not supposed to be how a political party or political figure should operate.
So your advocacy right now is that the government or the people of so you specifically.
Please be audible. I'm not really getting you.
I think there's a heavy noise behind you.
Makai, this is what we do. I will put you in the back and you can rejoin us because we're getting a feedback from your end.
There's a heavy noise, so you won't be able to.
There is a feedback from your end. So please try to rejoin us.
You using your computer?
I don't think he's using a
maybe
computer.
Near some entertainment center or something.
Yeah, so see, you're welcome. Let's hear you. Let me try to get to him in the back and let him know.
Yeah, it's great being back again. I know yesterday we were not able to come on. Got a couple of feedback, from our followers. They say, "Well, you got to get Sam on. We're missing Sam. What's going on with Sam? Cemetery run away or why? One day, we sure the people start asking questions. So that goes to say that we are doing what we are supposed to do. We have our followers, our people who follow us religiously, and again, I want to say thanks to them. Thanks to them for following. I haven't really followed this young man, but one thing I have noticed is that he's well spoken. I think he articulates very well, and I'm going to sit here and try to listen to him. But he's a young man, just listening to him for the past minute or two, someone that seems to be very intelligent and with his advocacy is more structured, is more professional, holding people accountable. Holding your leaders accountable is not a bad thing. And I think if we have young people like this in our society who disagree with us, but then tell us to our faces and make it in a way that is professional, people listen to you more. And I encourage that. I think we should encourage that from everybody. He's a young, smart, young Pekin. Just listening to him. And I will urge again. Hopefully, we'll get him back here so we can have a really good conversation. As you all know me, I'm very big into youth empowerment and education, and things like that. So I would love to hear from him, and I hope too that his advocacy is based, is very fruitful, and people should listen to him. In position, opposition, politics aside, young people are our future, the next generation. We owe it to them to invest in that. Now, as we know in our county, there are some young people who will go the other route, negatively, I would say, will go quarter and things. I listened to the young man on one of those media outlets today. Again, his advocacy, he's hammering it home and he's making his point go across. Now, to Cyrus, though, the question you asked the young man, I know he's not here yet, but politics is interest. In the country you and I live in, we all have our interests, right? When we go to the polls here, we'll go to vote. Americans vote on issues, right? They vote on issues, and they will before they even vote for a candidate, they will make sure they know this candidate, they know what this candidate stands for, what he's going to do for them, and all that thing. And how he's going to help put bread on the table, food on the table for my kids and my kids' future. So when we vote or when we support a political party, we expect something in return. Now, everybody got different. Now it's up to the leader. That's what when you win, That's what you sign up for. You sign up for accountability. Now you know they have I don't know how many thousands or millions of Liberians, and you raise your hand up. You say, you know what, I want to be the president, or we want to win. The political party want to win. Kudos to you. You win. It's on you now. It's your responsibility to make sure that the people that are at the bottom there, the people that help you get to where you are, that you listen to them, you take care of them, you try to make sure that their needs are met. Now, are all their needs going to be met, the same way? No, not everyone can even work for the government, right? Government, even though it's the largest employer, but not everyone will be able to work for them. But also listen to the young man. He said that what they're asking for is not money per se. Technical education, vocational school, that should not be a big ask of anyone, especially a government, sitting government, making way for the next leadership. I don't think even political. That should go across all parties, be a United Partisan or Seditian or whoever. Vocational school, empowerment of young people, educating our next generation. It should be apolitical. I don't think. But anyway, I'll stop there. I don't want to take the Bossman time. I will turn it over to you guys, and we can continue, because I can talk from now to Judgment Day when it comes to this topic.
Thank you. Isaris, go ahead with your question, Chief.
So, Mokaya, you can hear me? You are muted.
Oh,
Can you hear me? Okay.
You okay now?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm much better.
That's good. Thank you for coming back. So, like I was saying, maybe it might be how many youth that supported Unity Party under your arm and you are advocating for?
The feedback, I'm getting feedback a little bit slower, man.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you, boy. It almost like it's dragging. It can take time before I get it.
Yeah, that is network.
It's a network.
Yeah.
You using your phone?
Let me join again. Let me go across the room.
Okay, yeah. Go to where are you in Ganta?
Yeah, I'm calling at Jackie's.
Yeah, go to. Okay, I think it's like Jackie got good network. Okay, he's gonna join us again.
Yeah, so Sierra, I understand the frustration when it comes to young people supporting your party, and sometimes, yeah, it's true that we support a party to get something in return, but across the country, there are a lot of young people who are really. Some of them really want to get cash to put in their pocket. Some of them want to go to school. And I mean, I like his advocacy coming on the media to express. My thing is, how many people that he advocating for, you just want to be recognized. So, it's good to come out, and if a true advocacy that you're advocating on behalf of the population, the youth population, that's a good thing. If you're also advocating on behalf of himself, that's a good thing too, because everybody wants something. Well, at some point we supported Joe Biden when he said he was going to cut student loan into half, and yes, we supported him. I was at the forefront because of her ideology of looking at people, the amount of people that are living in student loan debt in this country. So when he proposed that, especially it was after, first of all, it was Bernie Sanders who brought it. And then later on, saying he didn't make it, Joe said he was going to continue, and we help him in that direction, which is a good thing. We're not asking anything to put in our pockets. Like when I say, oh, you supported a man, you were with a man 24/7, you didn't get job. I said, I didn't do it for job. It's just because of the population. But you good now?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So my quick question to you before we go to the other people is that how many youth that are you advocating for?
So to be for me to be specific, taking into consideration NIMBA and every day, it's an everyday thing. For instance, if you look at NIMBA population currently, you can help everybody. According to Ledger, as to be corrected, we should be around 600,000. So to be specific, a particular number that you got to help, maybe 100 or 200, I think I'll be unfair because the number keep adding up. Currently, just by dropping from the call to go come, I receive almost 10 text messages from young people from all over trying to join the tree and get involved in the advocacy. So there's no actual or specific number to say, okay, we advocating for just 10 persons. But if they are willing to help whatever number, I think it will be a step forward so that we can continue the advocacy for the change to continue, because it's a gradual process. It's not something that's going to happen one day or everybody going to get only right away. No, it's something that's going to be a process. Even after 2029, the more you learn, maybe you can help your friend also while the other people are helping other people. It's going to be a whole team. And the guys, we are having meeting. It's not something that I'm just doing, as an individual. No, we are having meeting, organizing ourselves so that our next approach can be very civil and ensure that our big brothers listen to us.
So do you know, since the Unity Party won the election, do you know how many youth that were helped in the country?
Come again?
Since the Unity Party won the election, do you know the number of youth that Unity Party have helped, or your people in Nimba have helped?
So, it's easy. Someone say, my papa used to say, my father can say, it's not difficult to sell good thing. For instance, if you have a real organic pineapple, very ripe in your hand, I just stay on Ghana Ministry. It will not take me any time to sell it. What I'm trying to say is, if the people are really helping, the actual young people that I know that will get into our way, the comment section will not be all crowded. But when I post stuff that about somebody in the biasing government, you should, at least when I'm seeing 2-3 comments that are opposition to the actual fact that we are stating, then we say, okay, the people are helping, though it's not in majority, but they are trying. But this is my Facebook name. Maybe afterward, you can check my profile page and scroll through. You guys understand what I'm talking about, people. When you check the comment section, since we started today, is 1 week, you guys understand the actual reality. No one person is saying, okay, this person helping me, this person is relating. The comments are very terrible and discouraging. If you check it out, you guys understand the actual reality on ground.
Okay. General arrest.
Thank you so much. Siawete, welcome. Let's go to you. You can ask your 2 questions, and we go to the CEO. Maybe we can try to take leave of our game.
Thank you, Jim. Good evening, CEO, Mr. Badier, and our guest, Michael. How are you?
I'm good, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I follow I think the post and some of the review you've been on. For me, I know what you're saying. For me, just speak loud for our guest because he's outside. So you gotta speak. You getting me? He outside.
Yeah, I get it, but please be audible small.
Oh, okay. No, I was saying, said your advocacy for me is nowhere, is in no way demonizing the Unity Party or the government. I think what led to all of administration losing election, and there's the same trend. So for me, in my mind, what I want you to do is to keep engaging, stakeholders, because all of these, it require conversation. And like you said, it's a red flag. People, at this point, people need to take it very serious, because you see, during the election, most of the opinion pool, if you go into election, people are posting opinion pool and giving results. You don't overlook it, because that's the public opinion is very important. So what I want you to do personally, I don't have a question for you, but what I want you to do, after these things, I think it's good, to engage, and some of the stakeholders you are talking about. Regardless of what happened at the end of the day, you guys will still need to sit on table. And I know what you guys went through, because when we got our common saying, they say political reward is not in heaven. So I mean, everyone suffer to get to where we are today. While it is true we might not have, similar or equal opportunity, but it's important. But I listen to your advocacy. I think there's no way, you are demonizing people. I think it's also meant to get a view, or the view of supporters. I even follow your post when you talk about the Unity Party rally. I mean, you don't have to have scientists to tell you that the rally was poorly attended. We know when we mobilize in NIMA, we know no political party, when it comes to mobilization, has a strength equal to NIMA, besides the late Senator Johnson, and we also challenge him. So if all these things, and you guys are saying that people are not listening, I think it's time for people to listen, because at the end of the day, the young people are the same people they will be using, 2029, whatsoever, political conversation around the country. Like you, I know you are an independent young man who went to school, graduated, got a degree, but beyond what you're doing for hustle now, you need more than that because you are qualified. So I will want you to carry on a very constructive conversation behind the scenes. Sometimes, coming on the radio, sometimes people feel offended, like comparing government officials and all of that. Sometimes people feel offended by that. But where, your argument, your conversation at this point where you're not calling people name, I think to me, in my mind, is more constructive than posting people, comparing them, and, they will feel offended. For me, that's my opinion. I don't know the opinion of other people. So, because what you are doing now is a wake-up call. If people don't listen, that's fine. So, our politics, we should also understand that, like you said, there's no secret. 600, our population in Nima will be pretty close to 1 million, but based on the census result, I will stay and, trying to understand. But as it is, 600,000, 60% of that number is not small number. So the youth are the one who does the real work. They are not people who got a position today. So for me, there's no way if anyone maybe will criticize you for that, then they are not taking anything serious. The only thing personally I would advise you is, if you're doing your advocacy, just continue with the advocacy on the radio and whatsoever. But if you start to post and other people, because mind you, other people are making the contribution on call that we can't call their names here. There are some people, they are playing their role equally, but it's not proportional or unique to the conversation you are having. So I don't have much to say. Your advocacy is in the right place. If you are not love this government, because I have listened to you, you have never said you are not support the government, but you say you support the party, and you are not even blaming the president and the vice president, but you are blaming stakeholders that were appointed, and that makes sense because Onokun will not come to Ganta, Senikore, and all these places to look for people who supported them. That's why people were appointed to create a space. So when it's not done, then you guys get frustrated and you are on the right footing. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think I have to unmute our guest so he can respond. Okay, go ahead, Makai.
Yeah, thank you, BRC. Thank you too also for confirming my friend request on there. I was shocked when I saw that you just confirmed my friend request. I said, wow. I think we're getting somewhere. You see, I'm now a journalist, bro. I listen to what you said, maybe most especially about the posting of pictures, right? But I'm now a journalist. But I was reading something on journalism the other time, and they were talking about how to position the news. For instance, they says when you say dog breast somebody, or the dog breast somebody, let's say in La Broadway, dog breast somebody behind there, in our news, right? It's a normal thing what we not yet work. But if you say the man brought the dog, everybody catch themselves and start running around. What happened? We start asking multiple questions. Why they even beat the door? Why these things happen? So what I'm trying to say is, We have tested it on numerous occasions, it's not working. So we got to change our approach a little bit and be much radical, because that's the only thing that making some people, because I listened to somebody today, they called me and say, oh, one people he posted before, I was saying on the analysis, because he really be on the post, he saying that they picking about you looking for peanut, I get here now, that kind of conversation they are having. So the fact that we are bringing them up to the people, to the young people, so that they can evaluate them and critique them, and pushing them. And interesting, I received almost 3 calls table yesterday. You were appreciating me and say, tell me, my man, guess what I say? Why I say 2 other people then reply to my WhatsApp message since I tested them last year. Only because we posted some of them. So it's serious. Only because we posted some of them, they started replying some WhatsApp messages and calling some people, oh my picking here, yeah, that's what you talk about. We'll see what they do. So sometimes we change our approach to do the radical ways to call people attention. But one thing I can assure the public is that we remain civil and very constructive, because we are all in bias. When they say Nima Kwato, Yago Nima Yaswe, CA, we are one, and we are interrelated. If we check it out deep down into yourself, maybe our parents meet each other, we might be relatives. So we're not going to go hard or try to bring anybody down. Like I said today, I provided clarity that we are not against them, we love them, and we will still relate because we are related somehow, some ways. So our issue is let them change. Let them pay attention to young people. Just honor some of the things we are talking about, and we'll move on smoothly. Our support to the rescue government, that's something that will bend. This government is doing well. It's on the right foot. The president and vice president are excellent. And there are reasons why we're not talking about lawmaker, we're not talking about senator, we're not talking about president and vice president, but we're talking about the same people that we interact with one-on-one. And today they are over there.
Let me hold you there. It makes it a little hard for when you listen to everyone. So who really you talking about now? Because
so we are talking about Nimbayans. Let me make it very precise. Nimbayans that campaign and mobilize in the country, that made us to form auxiliary groups all around the world. There are many. They are huge in number that we work with.
All of them in the position now to help.
Vast majority are in position today. Vast majority are in position today. We didn't meet the vice president. We didn't meet most of the representatives. In fact, one representative already taking care of you representing for over 20,000 people. You're struggling how to settle. We're not going to put burden on them. We got to take the burden from one of them too and put it on the people that made to establish auxiliary to make them out to put all that kind of number. They owe us, because you know what? Somebody was calling us beggar. They say, oh my man, the reason he's saying they put me because he beggar. And I said, our people too, they came to us in 2023 to beg us to vote. So they beggar too. Send a beggar to vote. We voted for them. We too, we are begging them to do the needful because they owe us. Okay. There's not only screen, that's only what we discussed on multiple occasions and we agree. So we are begging them so that they can come to our aid, help the young people so that they can transform their life too.
Thank you. I know when I was talking earlier, you were offline, and I was praising you. I said you are a very young man, very eloquent. You speak very well. You are educated.
Thank you.
I like your approach. You know, most young people in our place there, they don't do what you're doing. They'll go straight. They start attacking people and they start going water. But your advocacy, the format in which you are following, I think I like it. It's very good. I don't think any big brother, anyone from Nimba, or any leader will frown on you for the approach that you are taking. Now, let me ask you, because when you are advocating, there has to be, maybe I missed it, there has to be what you want. And what you want realistically, not just big requests that will not be, will be hard to achieve, right? Please lay out maybe 1 or 2 things, because when you tell the public what you guys are advocating for, then the public will know exactly who will be responsible for this, right? Because if you're going to Big Brother, for example, if a Big Brother that maybe campaigning along with you, and he got some kind of $600-700 job that he's doing, they're taking taxes out, he got on the family to feed, and you're talking about vocational school. That man that's sitting up to that director position, he will not have the money to be able to help. He won't have the ability to push that vocational school or technical school ability, right? So if you're asking for, I think I heard you talk about vocational school. Vocational school can be built by regular people that are hustling, regular people that are looking for enough food to eat. You'll have to go higher up. So if you're excluding the lawmakers, you're excluding the big people in the government, you're going after the regular people and are also hustling, then it makes it hard. So please do the public a favor and tell the people what are the 2 or 3 major points that you guys are advocating for. Sure, you meet the man.
All right, thank you, CEO. So we're not saying that we're not saying they should build vocational schools for all. No. And that's the reason why we're not asking for them to sample for BSc, because we know that salary, it might not even be enough for them, because you take off family responsibility, rent and all of that. They still get other people they need to cater to. So that's why we're not telling them to spend 4 years somewhere before you graduate and start doing whatever. We are telling them to send out the vocational schools that just in 3 months, you're going to get results. And it's right here in Ghana. It's in Sanigode. They got multiple catering schools in Ghana right now, not expensive. Currently, if you really been to Ghana, or when you passing my Lone Star office going to Moral Parking on your left, the Bangladesh had a computer school. That vocational school is functioning today. They just put a graduate, I think last week. Get some people, I know some of my friends from the community who graduated currently, and all the little easy contract around about how you call it in a hustle connect, they are doing it. They are side hustle for them. They are transformed. They're not just saying that waiting maybe for their parents or other relatives to just send them money. So these are minor things we are asking for. We don't say you should build. No. The few comments that I run, at least you scratch him and begin. Let me know the information sheet. Let's do a breakdown. Maybe if I can go do all, you pay 50%, I pay 50%. You know, then we know we're getting somewhere. 1, 2, 3 persons. If it was happening, trust me. If I want to post one person photo where you know your Allah, we know young people. If you get your Allah and somebody want to misbehave or post a picture of that, you get angry and start fighting. I thought you can see the fighting, going back and forth in the comment section. But nothing like that. Nobody reacting or saying that we are wrong on what we are doing. Everybody in line. If you check on our post what KNTV did today, you go check in the comment section. We are on the same path. So it's saying a serious signal that why almost everybody agree with this thing. Then there's a problem. Then we need to pay attention to it.
Thank you. So let me give my big brother advice to you. Yeah, you and your crew. So to be able to achieve what you're advocating for, first of all, your advocacy is genuine. I agree with you. And I've been on the platform here. I don't know if you follow, but I've been advocating for it for a long time. I believe you guys deserve better. You don't need more. But to be able to achieve what you are advocating for, there has to be a plan in place. You have to be able to capture who you really want to step in, and also you also want to know how many people. Let's say who needs the assistance, right? You can't just throw a blanket. You can't do a blanket advocacy. Now, let's say, for example, me. Let's say I campaign for the government, and I'm in. I'm a director of some kind of place over there. I'm making my little thing. You don't know. I think Sarah asked that question. You don't know how many people that I have been helping on the side, right? Because there's no record of that. So I could have been helping young people from my home, and I don't come on air to talk about it. I don't talk about it. So if you, my beginning, Makaye, come to me and say, "Oh, CEO, I need you to help me with my, my vocational school tuition." If I say, "Oh, I don't have it," you may not understand. Again, that's just you. Few people will kind of say, "Oh, that people that me went to that people there, we're asking for this. You were not able to help us with that." So you don't know how many people they are helping, and you don't know who all going to them for help. Some people don't like to talk about it, but if you do it on a holistic point, in terms of you have a plan in place where you have numbers, you have who you go to, who your target, your main target, you got your plan, and you put those together. Then you go to John Doe and say, "Okay, we went to John Doe as group. We're asking for this," and he refused to help us. You got to make sure that John Doe is in the position to do that. So I think you'll have to go back, and you say a meeting, right? You're having your meeting. Few people calling you. Trust me, people will continue to call you when you get up this medium. People will reach out to you. They'll try to organize it. You'll make the plan functional where it's realistic. It shouldn't just be regular advocacy. Just go and talk. And when they ask you, see, I asked you just now to give me 3 major points, and you are not able to really, really hammer it home, even though you've been advocating the right way. So you make sure you have plan. You have bullet points. We want this. We want this. We want that. And these 3 things we want, they are all achievable. They are all doable. And when you do these, it will help the young people who will all benefit from it. And don't be afraid to ask the lawmakers. Yeah, no, don't let nobody make you afraid. All the big people that are in the country. So all of them need to hear this, and they'll be able to listen to it. But if you go after just few people that are not in the position, will be hard. Like we're at a hard place. And the people are then hustling too. Some of that salary not even enough. So when you want to do the advocacy, don't pick and choose. Make it a broad advocacy. Say we voted for the Unity Party. We need this. We need this. This is our dividend. We work for it. We deserve it. Political rewards not in heaven. Besides being a political stuff, we are young people and we are the next leaders of this country. And you guys owe it to us to be able to help us. You need to educate us. You need to empower us. Youth empowerment. You know, that's pure advocacy, that clean advocacy. No one say you're insulting or anything. They just say it as it is, but don't cherry pick. Don't pick and choose. Don't be scared to say, oh, you can, the way you and I are talking now, you can tell me, say, oh, see, what you're saying now, correct. It's going to be at this. I will listen to you. That's how advocacy is. So don't be afraid. Just continue what you're doing. Again, you are well spoken. You know what you're talking about. You'll go back on the drawing board. You'll make sure you got what you want. Put it together. What if the VP or what if the president or what if the youth and sport minister, what if someone big calls you and say, oh, you're coming, what are you advocating for, what you want? Tell us. So we can be able to address these things. You should be able to have those plans in place. That one, when they call upon you, you're ready to say, oh, we want X, Y, Z. This is what we're advocating for. It should be realistic. But keep it up. I don't have any more questions for you. I think you are doing well. And I wish you guys all the best. And I think people will hear you. And I pray and hope that people who are listening to mediums like this, they got a lot of big people that listen. I hope they listen to you guys and they call you and for you to be able to get your voices heard.
Thank you, CEO. I appreciate your advice. These are things that I think we are in the problem because we just started. So we need an organization to get a little structure and everything. So they are in a problem, and hopefully before the week ends, everything will be in place and we will continue sailing smoothly. Thank you for the advice.
Thank you, Chief. Next time you come out, wear my kosu. Next time you come here, I'll be in kosu to make.
Thank you. DK, welcome. Let's hear you. Maybe you can take leave of us with our guests and we stay here to discuss.
Sincerely, I haven't been able to follow the entire story and what they're advocating for. Sorry, I haven't been able to follow that. I was in Liberia. That was me. I always like to take critical role and critical stand in the society. So you have my support. The only thing I don't encourage is for people to become violent. Whatever you do in your advocacy, try to remain civil. Don't let criminals penetrate your system. They will use your name to spoil your image. So do it civil. Whether it's sitting action, there are a lot of things in there that we can talk about. Don't be afraid. If you want some tape, we'll give it to you. I met a did a sign. They have 20 million for all that, and I give it. You'll get plenty of things to talk about. When you want some, come for the all, we'll give you a vibe. You'll get plenty of things to talk about in the country. It should only be about job and school. So thank you.
Hello, I who's sleeping on? They were going to bed.
No, my always that why you are sleeping. So thank you also, people. Thank you, BBRT, for the advice. Really appreciate it.
Let me join my voice with the other voices that are spoken. Advocacy like this, I think the good thing is you guys go together, you write a letter. You know, because what I'm hearing is that you're more about number of people that you supported during the election, because you said the government is doing pretty well. So if the government is doing pretty well, then the people that you supported, they're not doing what it's supposed to do for you guys. So you'll write a letter. I mean, the main people, I think who you're talking about. So you're writing a letter and say, hey, we are a group of these people. They are scattering school here. We will need some assistance there. Maybe that grant, offer the grant to the school. So Ali, maybe number of people can be able to go to school. If they can put in at least 10,000 naira there and say, okay, when you go there, this will cut down at least your tuition. We can't pay all. So those things can be achieved. Those who want to go to the university, Senegal University, those things can be achieved. But again, just be rational, like DK said. You know, when other people are involved into advocacy, sometimes they will tell you, say, "My man, let's go and do this. Let's go. Maybe we can just go to this person house and just do that." So just be wise, be clever in analyzing. There will be a lot of viewpoints. People will call you, especially from you coming on this platform, heat hour. When you leave from here, a not small calls and text message you'll receive tonight. But just be wise as you go home. Thank you for being here. I will give the host the opportunity to maybe let you go.
Thank you, Makai. You've articulated very well tonight, and all of the panelists here admire you for your articulation. I think for me, I know where you're coming from. Your advocacy is not specific that we need you to help XYZ number of youth, but indeed just do a visible help that we can see as to those people who supported you during the election. And again, they say the future is in our hands. We only have the future during the time of voting. So once we vote this person, now we've given that person our future. We've given them the authority to manage our future. And if they do not do anything tangible for us, it means our future has died along the way and we have nothing to do. You're doing very well. Your level of advocacy is good. The way you are proceeding is very well. You're not using any inventive or any other senior brother or any other government official. That is okay. But again, I think beyond the buzz again to say, many of these guys, they are used to that kind of advocacy where people go to talk to them, they harsh way, then they will come to you to say, let's have a roundtable discussion. But the way you're not going that way now, I hope and pray that they will listen to these things you're saying and they will be able to help the young people. If you're helping somebody out there, that's good. Just expand on the help, go more beyond on the help, and let's try to see the kind of help you're giving the young people. And let's see those people who were in the public glass. Let's see them moving forward. Let's see them progressing. Give them one or two help and let the public see them, and that will be okay for the young people too as well. I stand with you in your advocacy. I support you in your advocacy, and I wish you all the best and the very, very best in your advocacy. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, thank you, Junior, CEO, and everybody here. I'm actually grateful for this opportunity. Appearing on a heat hour is now a right, but a privilege for me. And I see it as a huge step towards what we have started. I mean, with the kind of audience you have and how your show sometimes goes viral, it's something that everybody want to come here to express themselves. We believe that most of our big brothers are following the show. We believe to take into consideration and start to reconsider some of the things that we are flagging out so that we can relate the way we used to be. And also we are taking into consideration your advice. Every advice you're giving is very cardinal. We are going to jot them down and take it into consideration and work on them and improve on it and ensure that we improve on how we advocate in Nimba or in Liberia. Advocacy, it doesn't always have to end with violence or being brutal. You can still stand, be civil, constructive, and get what you want done. And so we are going to do it. We are going to stick that way and ensure that the young people of Nimba, if not all, some can get their fair share of what they struggle for. And Nimba Kwado is going to ring. It's not only going to be audio or abstract, but it's going to be practical. So thank you all and have a good day or good night.
Thank you very much for being here tonight, Makai.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
So you listen to the young man. I think you've got his point there. Before we go to other topic or other thing, let me try to get something for us here. But let's hear you what you make of his advocacy. Do you think he's taking the right trend of advocacy and what could be a call to other young people out there who've been advocating in different direction, but also meeting their goals?
I think he did. I think he's doing good. I think I agree with Selty, Cyrus. I agree with every one of you, even yourself. I think he's doing really well. But he's a little scared in terms of not going after the big dogs. You know, going after Big Brother. If you say Big Brother, Big Brother, Big Brother, then like I said to him, Big Brothers are hustling. The main shaker and mover and maker that began to make things happen, they are the folks who are signing a settlement meta deal, and all those big, big guys. So you can't be advocating for stuff like that and go selectively to just the guys who are also trying so hard to make ends meet. So I think his advocacy is great. As he said, he's been doing it for a week now, and it's gaining momentum. I'm sure they will call him. I'm pretty sure. I'm convinced they will call them to be able to listen to them. And I was telling him because you can't advocate without being able to articulate what really you want. You can't just keep it broad, right? So he's a young kid, man. He's a little baby. So and he's trying to do the right thing, and I think he's doing the right thing. But to his point, also to the point there about being going water or being strong arming those guys before they listen to you. I don't think it will always be like that. I think this type of advocacy is the right thing to do. And I think Celtic said something that they should be able to talking it back too. I'm hopeful that after making these appearances on the media, they should be able to call those little kids in the back and talk to them and have discussion with them. Sometimes it just requires discussion because they're all talking over each other here. The children, according to him, they have tried other means they have not been able to get to them. But hopefully, after the few appearances he's made so far, they should be able to call the beginner in the back and ask them, I mean, what you want, what we can do to work together, and then they'll be able to do that. But overall, I think he's a young, smart, bright young man that is pushing his point.
Thank you, Cyrus. Let's hear you, Chief.
Thank you, Junior.
Sorry, before we go to you, I beg you. We got one of our followers on Camplay, Prince.
Oh, Prince Lance Paul.
Yeah.
That's a new
one. If you don't mess with Prince, shout out. You gotta give
so
it.
You just gotta give Prince a shout out. Prince, welcome to the show this evening. It's great having you on here as always. We recognize your presence too as well. Cyrus, go ahead.
Prince, I come in so I can get some royal and some business. What do you sell? So I can come and get my own shit.
He owns that place or what? Because we gotta promote it.
From
Royal and Son Business Center.
But Prince, good to see you. Anyway, Junior, it's great. The young man is I love that kind of path that he's not cursing anybody, because in Liberia sometimes people listen to the language of cursing, or maybe putting be person name up and writing all nice stuff about that person. And he's smart because he knows that if he does that, other people who are defending the person that he going after will try to bring him down. But then he is doing the right thing. What I can say to him is, like I said to him, they can group themselves and write a letter. Since he had been appearing on these stations and stuff, they can group themselves and write a letter to those folk and say, hey guys, we Big Brother, as he put it, we will need some help. We need some help in this school. We got our group here and we really want to go to school. We need, tuition, somewhat part of his tuition paid, not all, if not all, that's how people do it. But if you're advocating on behalf of maybe 600,000 youth in Nimba County, that's not everybody going to get help that way. One thing he needs to know is that everybody finding their way through. But yes, if certain group of people, maybe not less than maybe 300, 400 people, they might be able to get some help in that direction. Because in Liberia, everybody, it's like, this is my family. I'll help my brother. I'll help my sister, my nephew, cousin, and what have you. So those things might be happening. Who knows? That's why I asked in that question. But yes, it's a good thing that he came here. I'm pretty sure somebody will pick him out and give him the opportunity, whether he wants to continue school or whether he wants to get a job. Somebody will pick him up somehow.
But Sam, he's according to him, he's not advocating for himself. He's talking about those young people who were supporting the Unity Party
But
during.
junior star, we all know, okay, in life, you think that you will not benefit, you will not kill yourself for it.
No, Sam.
Hold on now. Let me give you an
no,
example.
Sam. Listen. That's the kind of stereotyping I don't like.
Can I finish, sir?
No,
No,
before you finish,
let me finish my thought, please.
No, I will not let you finish your thought now. I will not let you finish your thought. The problem there is that the man said he's advocating for the youthful population, not for himself. And you trying to say, oh, he's advocating for himself. So if you're trying to say here tonight that if somebody go to him and say, my man, Makai, we're giving you a job, stop advocating, he should do it. That's what you're trying to say, Sam. And I would not want to.
This is a society that we know. It's not like an advanced society. Well, people like Dr. Martin Luther King and advocated here for Black people, for minority group. But it's a society that we are seeing.
So why do you think that Martin Luther King is different from
it's a different country. These are patterns that we are
Martin
seeing.
Luther King started the same way, Chief. He started the same way.
I agree, but these are patterns that we are seeing. Other people are advocated the same way, and since they are being rewarded and they are being quiet, it's a straightforward thing here. People have done that and they've been quiet. So all I'm saying to him, in a country like Liberia, he will want to have the benefit and make sure whether it's at school, you go to advanced school and get it with you.
But Sam, I thought we should be encouraging the young boy to push this advocacy instead of from the get go. They're questioning the intention from you. I think this.
I'm not questioning. All I'm saying, it's not possible. Society like Liberia to advocate on behalf of 6,000 youth and for other than to benefit. It's not possible. It's not possible.
But he didn't say that though. He didn't say he want everybody to benefit.
No, I asked him the question: how many people are you advocating for? Is it the youth, all 600,000 youth in Nimba? Mm-hmm. So does it mean that all the 600,000 youth in Nimba will benefit based on Ivory? It's not possible. So what I'm saying is, it need to have a reasonable reasonable number of people based on advocacy. Quite a few will get help to achieve their goals.
Mm-hmm. And then we all agree with that. That's what I told him. You remember? That was my point I made.
Right.
My concern now to you is because somebody has to do it, right? Somebody has to do it. So
of course.
Okay, and if we're gonna have a change in the US, in America, in Liberia, and wherever, it has to start somewhere. So if it's starting with a young man, we can't get up and even second guess that, if they call him tomorrow, no. So what if someone come and infer that you and myself are advocacy that we're doing here, we're doing it for something too? Because it happens. The same trend that happened. Let me finish now. The same trend that happened.
Really did nothing for nothing.
So okay.
He live nothing for nothing. That's a serious. You
say. I understand your point. I understand your point.
So
our host is here. You think when Junior finished from the law school, Junior go to Liberia and say, "My man, you have been advocating a whole lot. Can't get it and sit down here." I mean, at least his talking here is not free. At least he will impact lives in Liberia. So nothing is for nothing.
Dana, I'll leave it right there.
So Sam, we already got you. We deep in the bag. We already got you. We know now. But again, Makaye Trend, even if he wants something for himself, the way he's doing the advocacy, it shows different intent, that he's not following the same procedure those guys have been following.
That is
if you
great.
realize, he has not organized any formal group. He's been generalizing the advocacy by saying Help the young people who stood by you yesterday. Don't just go around when we see you, you buy us alcohol, and after you leave, you don't respond to our text messages again. And I think this is great.
Yes.
So I don't want us to go about saying that, oh, he's doing it when he gets something, he will say that. I think he's a young man with vision. He has an intent. He knows what he wants within this advocacy. And I believe he's not doing it for his personal interest, but indeed the interest of the masses and the interest of the young people.
But this is
I'm
where
not in any way disagreeing.
you and myself differ when it comes to what you're saying. No, he must advocate and benefit. He can't advocate and remain a loser.
So the general benefit here is that if the young people get job, or if the young people benefit from his advocacy, then he has benefited. That's his point. That's the point he's making. So for you to say,
are you telling me that the young man will kind of appear on heat hour and be running all over the place in the ring, so other people will kind of get job, but he will be passing, he ain't get nothing. So he advocate, you're a good advocate.
The man say he not get job, but the man say he doing something for himself. He got something.
What they call something?
You know, not everybody allowed to discuss their personal life on Facebook.
Well,
so
as far as I'm concerned, the young man must benefit based on advocacy.
That doesn't question the advocacy. That doesn't question the root cause and the importance of the advocacy. But Sam, we all agree with that. We all agree that it's a good advocacy. But your point is he stands.
He must benefit.
So what? The man worked for it.
Be a loser.
He's from Nima. He supported the rescue government. So if they give the heat, I don't blame him. But
he let him take it and be advocating on behalf of other people continuously. Yeah. But you can't be a loser. You can't be, listen. This is why. Let me give you a parable. I'm not a parable. A story from Charles. There was one special forces Charles gave me. I forget his name now. Charles gave me I think 20 acres to divide. When he divided the picker on the special forces, he left. He left me himself. Let me just say, he didn't get himself. So he went back to Taylor and said, "Oh, Chief, I had divided all the pickers, and right now I don't have." Charles said, "Oh, you're a good man. Go and find yourself a picker." So it means that he would have taken one for himself, then he distributed the other one. He didn't do that. So the young man needs to advocate. When you can benefit from your advocacy. Likewise, all the people that will follow him, but all I'm advising him, he can't be an advocate and be a loser.
All right, thank you. What you say about the whole thing? With your man Sam is wearing glasses like you myself, and he's questioning the picking motive. He trying to throw a monkey wrench in the beginning stuff, and I think that's the service to the beginning. But if I'm advocating, everybody's different. But from what he's saying here tonight is genuine. I think he's genuine about it. I think he spoke about it. The approach is different. He should leave room for negotiation. He should continue to do it, because if he didn't do it, who would do it? And most of the beginners right now over there to even talk when he told us, "Oh, you're against the Unity Party government." You told us that you're against the rescue or you're against them. So for him to young beginner get, and I will tell you, some of the reading I've been doing on Facebook, some of the staunch supporters of the rescue mission, they actually have been acknowledging the Peking advocacy. They say, yeah, this is something that we need to talk about. So that tells you that it's worth it. Charity, what say you on that?
Like I said, my position was very clear to the John brother. The man said I even confirmed today.
But you be man, people are confirming. I think or surprised. I mean, my advocacy going.
So they coming to laugh.
Yeah, the beginning been looking at you for a long. He said the people are there, they enjoy that.
But the thing is, no.
But he's saying message you respond to. He's not saying message for you respond because
you're not saying message. You're not saying message. What happens most time, Facebook, when you are not active on Messenger or stuff like that, somebody send you when you don't even have a conversation. But I know he's a very determined young man, and I think the point Saros was raising, we are not reached to that point. For me, what I encourage him to do is CEO. Like you told him, he need to have a roadmap of the advocacy, because his position was not about 600,000 youth know. Even the population in Nima is little beyond 600,000. So 60% of that youth, they were not the one that equally supported the United Party, but he talking about their group and their support to the United Party. To be frank with you, those are kind of conversation I like to have because it's constructive and it requires listening to. My only advice to him is because some of the people he posting, to be frank with you, he and I even met some of them before. So sometimes it's just about discussion in the air. Say, oh man, I man, me, but they are not even had that kind of conversation with this person to know and what to present their position, what they need. The first they need to know how many person you're advocating for, what are the needs, because the first thing like for him, he's qualified. Someone could tell him, say, oh, my man can't be this person in my office or get this job. But why become of the other people who are not qualified to his level? So like he said, vocational school, TVET and what have you. I mean, those are genuine points. You need to know the qualification of some of these people, how long, and we had this number of person that got degree, we had a number of person that got a skill, we had the unskilled people. Those are people that need help for vocational school and all of that. That would be, good. But just doing a blanket advocacy, for me, I think it also requires diplomacy. When you hit small, you should leave space too, because I mean, it just ping the people to the public. It also, create that kind of feeling. So for me, that's why I'm saying sometimes when you do your advocacy, sometimes you do it at the back, then people, there are space for conversation. But I mean, on the overall, because those guys, they really work during the election. So when you reach to this point, that politics now, they can say political reward now in hell. So the same way I laugh when he said, somebody said they were begging, and then he said, yeah, because during the election they were begging us too. So it sounds funny, but it was serious. So our our police or people other than like in Nima also need to rethink, because these things are, the core of public opinion, like I said, is very important. It's very, very, very important, because at the end of the day, if you don't listen, those are red flags. CDC used to overlook these things. The past government, when they carry on, opinion pool, they say, oh, man, certain government. So that's how they got shocked during the election, because they felt people could not lead in power and they beat them. So when people say, oh, the margin of just 20,000, what the Constitution says? The Constitution says simple majority. 50 plus 1, you win one round, but simple majority, you win. Even the 50 plus 1 is still simple majority. So people need to understand and know the plight of the young people. Besides the young people who struggle with them. See, I know of people who've been with Unity Party from 2005 till now. They don't even have a job. I don't even want to say this, but I will say it because it's always on the radio. Even our district one coordinator, he being the coordinator from 2005. 2005, I'm telling you, up till now, he gave his building. They use it on 2 different occasions. Up to 2011, we used a building. Up to 2017, even 23. At some point, now the man got angry. He put the party out. Up to now, you don't have a job. You wanted to be, I think, city mayor, something like that. You could not have the opportunity because he didn't have a strong linkage with the power that be. So, I mean, he could not get it. So some of these things, when you see people like that, he used to come on the radio. I think at some point, they getting little thing to do like his business because he's a businessman. So there are a lot of things happening. And these things, when people are having this kind of conversation, people should not feel offended by it. Because tomorrow you will still need those guys. And Gafwan in the walls of Gafwan, you can say people can alarm to realarm. Alarm, realarm, and all of that. So, I mean, that's the time to do. The good thing is, right now, like you said, they are going to have a meeting. They should know what they are advocating for, why they want. I know, Cyrus, you feel that the man will advocate, they will not, they get something, you're not, the man will get it, so what you want? But the man advocacy is for everybody. It requires he advocacy is for everybody. But I know when it comes to even opportunity, he could be one of them because I know he is a qualified young man. He went to school and he doing his own business. You even want honey, you ain't talk about it at the bar. He doing a honey, business and all. So at least doing little thing that he can earn something. But I think his advocacy on the broad notice about the people who the UPIS or auxiliary who supported the United Party and at this time they want to benefit. So John, you got your man Prince. He said the how you call Mr. John Ping at Royal and Son Business Center in Campley. The man doing advertisement on our show now.
Yeah, leader guy. We gotta go to him so he can kind of pay for his apartment fees.
Prince, we gotta connect because Prince is a loyal follower of this show. Man. Every night he's on here, so we appreciate you, Prince. Keep the support coming. We'll try to.
We're going show.
You're going show your snow. Man, snow all the way up. I didn't miss that here. All the way up there.
We didn't have feet now.
It's still snowing?
No, it's subsided.
You're going, huh?
No, they'll go on.
But yeah, John, what you got for? They said the
So today the deputy minister at the Ministry of Labor went to proceed in favor of his boss man, the minister proper, and something shocking happened today in the House of Representatives. The issue of statistics has been a very paramount concern. Even up to now, people still complaining of the census that was just conducted. Other people keep complaining about statistics from different ministry and agencies out there. The Ministry of Labor being one of the key ministry and agency in our country. Recently, the president came on here. During his State of the Nation address, he said they created 70,000 jobs. That 70,000 jobs, it became an issue for discussion for almost a week and plus. Now, the House of Representatives last week, they sent a communication to the Ministry of Labor to appear and give them statistics on some key or cardinal issues within the country. The assistant minister appeared today before the librarian, the House of Representatives, with zero statistics. Unfortunately, he was asked to leave and reappear on Thursday with all of those relevant documents and statistics. My concern is maybe those documents will be given to the representative. They will receive it. How do the public get these documents? We are told that jobs are created. We are told that this one is happening. We are told that that one is happening, but we got zero statistics on these things. What is your call to the various ministry and agency out there in Liberia, especially the Ministry of Labor that holds the country heart in their hands? I will play the video from the assistant minister, and you can have your 1 or 2 cents on it. And then the issue to Phoebe. Today, the minister visited, and it was resolved some way, somehow. Some of the video that we have here is a little bit disturbing, so we might not play it, but you can have your 1 or 2 cents on it because it's been in the news for a couple of days now, and you got something to say about it. But let's go to the minister here before we come to you guys.
On the 19th of this month, we received the communication from this important body requiring our presence here today and at this time to provide clarity also on major issues of concern, one of which the Honorable just mentioned, So in the communication I was extended to us, asking you all to be here today, there are 5 major concerns. One of which is we should appear today and provide information on the aggregate number of employment opportunity created for Liberian across concession and industry since the introduction of the current work permit rate, which is 3,000. Honorable Speaker, as you are aware, this new policy came to be on the 5th of November, on the 5th of September, sorry. And from September to the end of January, which are a full-fledged reporting period when it comes to monthly reporting, it's exactly 5 months. And within the 5 months, there have been a lot of good job done. At the Ministry of Labor, we do our statistics to give you information with respect to a potential job or job opportunity that will be provided or that have been provided by the Ministry of through the coming to be of this policy. What we'll say here is we are doing our statistics on a biannual basis. Now we will not give you aggregate number because the statistics, the information will be provided to you statistics day. So from September to January reporting period, you have only 6 months here.
My point of order is that the ministry was invited. We need clear statistics. The issue raised by the communication is straightforward. The distinguished witness on the stage is speculating, using words that would be potential. They are asking specific questions as to judge it. We always need to go strictly with statistical numbers to speak to the concern.
Mr. Presiding, Mr. Co-Presiding colleagues. Mr. Presiding, let me say thanks for your gavel and for your wisdom. Mr. Presiding, as per the communication written to the Ministry of Labor, we were very clear. The communication from our colleagues requested for statistics. But now we expect that each and every member within this chamber have a copy in front of them while the minister is presenting. Mr. Presiding, before me, I don't have one. So I will move, Mr. Presiding, that the Ministry of Labor be made to go back, prepare the relevant document requested by this body, and then they be made to appear this coming Thursday, if I may obtain a second.
The minister appeared before the House of Representatives to give statistics on the numbers of employees at the various concession areas since the work permit increased from $1,000 to $3,000, and he couldn't provide those statistics. He couldn't. You just listen to a young man on the platform here tonight. Their demand is job. They need opportunities. They need these things. But what we know is that many of these jobs that Liberians are supposed to do at the concession areas, those jobs are given to foreigner in the name of expert. So there was no statistics today. Sam, let me start with you. We go to the CEO and see how we did it. Maybe we can call it a day for today.
Junior, I watched that appearance today, maybe for lack of better words, appearance today. I think it was pretty embarrassing on this young man part. You are going to represent somebody or represent your ministry. You have nothing to carry, and he speaks very unprepared. He struggled. That's why when you are unprepared, you don't need to go somewhere. I listen, he struggled with words because he didn't have anything to provide. So he embarrasses himself. If boss sent him, what he would have told his boss is, oh, chief, we will need to do proper preparation, get some numbers in so I can carry and share with the people. How embarrassing it is as a deputy minister, you appear in front of the House of Representatives, you had nothing with you, and you think you want to convince people. You know, when you're going to do presentation, even as a student, you don't have no copy of anything, any kind to share with people. How you think they will follow your presentation if it's not projected on the wall for people to follow you? You're not doing PowerPoint presentation on the wall for people to see it. Presentation like that, I think he would have prepared himself better to carry copies. Statistic may create statistic that not AI, maybe AI doing it now, but he would have done it. How long to connect with Excel and numbers and making sure you got some number to carry with you? You just go and stand up there to embarrass yourself, and something like that, it makes people to feel like you don't know anything. I think my brother there, I think he knows, but he was embarrassed. And I think some of the reasons in Liberia is it's difficult for you to tell your boss the truth. But if I was in that position, I would tell my boss, hey, chief, at this point, we are not prepared. Let's get some numbers so I can go and give it to these people. So I can't be embarrassed. You can't be embarrassed. Now he embarrassed himself. He embarrassed his boss because you go and represent somebody, you get nothing. That's so embarrassing. And to kick him out, let a man go and bring numbers. You see how they were laughing at him? That was so embarrassing. So I think next time you should prepare himself better to carry numbers where it's necessary and share with the people. Number 3, he needs to get the jobs that Liberians need to do. These jobs need to be provided to the Liberian people. The so-called expert, we can train our people to do some of this job. Yes, I don't know what kind of job that are so difficult for Liberians to do, but they prefer it. Maybe I'm not trying to accuse anybody, but I think some of these things is like people might take cut to say, okay, please give me the opportunity to go there. I'm not saying they are taking cut to give those jobs, but sometimes people do those things. But they need to provide jobs for the Liberian people so they can be able to exercise. Even if they are not trained, they can have a workshop for maybe 6 months, a year, and train those folks to do the work that they're supposed to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. CEO, welcome. Let's hear you, Chief.
So it's like, I don't know if I can add anything to what Sarah said there, because he has said it all. going, especially that type of tough, informative, big place with the lawmakers. If you're going there to represent your ministry, yeah, you definitely have to have, because the job they do, and I think the report they're asking for is all stat based. You have to present it, say X, Y, unless they don't have it, unless something's there that they are hiding and something that they don't have. I think they don't have it. That's why he didn't present it. So if you don't have it, you can't present it. But that was a tough one for the brother. That was a tough one, going to big presentation in front of the lawmakers of our country, and you are being questioned about the lack of statistics. And I think one of the lawmakers said that the communication that was sent to them was specifically about stats. So if they don't have the numbers, then what are they going to go convince the people, tell the people about? Just, I think he also said in his deliberation that I think he said from January to September, the time frame he gave was very short. He said it was short, and that's one of the reasons why the stats were not, quarterly. You get quarterly reports, monthly reports. Ministry of Labor of the country, the whole country, and you don't have that details. I don't know if they even have website. The Ministry of Labor of the country plays a major role in the economy of the country. They are very vital to the country economy in so many ways. So I don't know if you guys follow Cyrus. I know you do here in the States. They come up with these jobs numbers. And when they come up with a job number, you see they can even sway the economy. Sometimes the market can go down. Sometimes people can be expecting the job numbers.
Yes.
That's what they are for. So other people do hiring, recruiting. The economy is there. People that do all the stuff, they all go by the numbers from the Ministry of Labor. So stats is very important when it comes to that. And I feel bad that he didn't have that available today but did you say that they told him to leave and he never completed his
No, they told him to leave.
Yes.
He never completed his presentation.
They told him to leave.
That's
So
embarrassing.
it shows that labor ministry has serious problem. A lot of serious problem going on in labor ministry.
The labor ministry have been in the news for a couple of times. For the past month, they've been in the news. Senator Abraham Darius Dillon has been flagging some issues, especially the issue of work permits to foreigner when it comes to the job that Liberian national will do. They give permit for them to those foreigners. And now the House of Representatives invited you to bring your statistics on how many work permit you've issued to foreigner, what are those categories of job, and how many Liberians are employed at these various concession areas. And then you appear before them to just speak out of words without any other statistics presented to them. And you think they will accept those kind of presentation and just let you go like that? I mean, they would have been in the news. If they have accepted that, they would have been in the news. But thankfully, they are smart enough to look between the lines and to call the Ministry of Labor out. You see, here is it though. People are appointed to do a piece of job, and when they are not doing it properly, the constituent that they hail from, you will never see that constituent coming up to say, yes, indeed, this person is not doing this job. But if the president go on to remove this president tomorrow, you see the constituents start to come out to say it's based on political reason. The Ministry of Labor has been in the news a couple of times. And if Minister Kopo Kura is listening to me tonight, Minister, I think there is a need that you need to take yourself out of the news. You are in the news for the wrong reasons, and it's not being good for the Ministry of Labor. It's not being good for the constituent that you hear from. ArcelorMittal Liberia is one of the companies in Liberia that contribute very hugely to the economy of our country, that contribute very hugely to our taxes. Now, those people that are operating that mine, the affected community people, they continue to cry. But here is it though, ArcelorMittal is in your district as a minister of Minister of Labor, Asila Mental is in your district paving roads. Asila Mental is in your district paving roads. And that road issue is not clear. People saying, oh, the Asila Mental went there through the advocacy of the vice president. Other people saying, no, Asila Mental went there through the advocacy of the Minister of Mines and Energy, Aramatina Getingma. This is terrible. And I want to believe that based on these sneaky things, that's why you see the ministry not carrying statistics to the house. That's why you see the ministry not carrying statistics. You got experts from India that are doing weathering in Liberia. Weathering, you got experts for those people, right? Those jobs. You can't carry statistics. Minister, you're in the news for the wrong reason. And if you don't take yourself from in the news, bear with us. Once you are there, we will discuss you on this platform, and we will not care about it because you're in the news. And Minister Otalo Masio, Minister, you didn't do well for yourself today. You didn't do well at all. You didn't do well. And sorry to say, when people are appointed on political basis, this is what happened. People don't know the roles and responsibility that they're supposed to serve in. It becomes terrible. How can you appear before an honorable house, the first branch of government, and those people kick you out? That's a slap in your face, not just the Ministry of Labor, but you as a professional person. That's a slap in your face. And I will stop here for now. It's been a wonderful conversation. Phoebe Hospital is in the news. And I want to say kudos to our man, Genesis Baimi, for always bringing us the live update from Bond County. Phoebe is in the news. We're not leaving here tonight without discussing Phoebe a little bit. This is just Phoebe that you're seeing. Think of the hundreds of hospitals across the country. If you could enter in a hospital and see the hospital beds, you'll be sorrowful. This is Phoebe in Bond County. Phoebe that received the highest budgeted allocation in a year. They received the highest budget from the government. Now, that's the hospital beds you've been seeing there. I want to play the video here tonight, but it's not so good. But
Yeah, play it. Let it work.
We had it on our page, so.
All right. Since you're saying I'm gonna play, I will do so. And without, I gotta
Play
play.
for the public. Why are we scared? We are here to advocate.
This is it. It's terrible. And if we continue like this as a country, and what is shocking is that many of these top government officials, you're not seeing them discussing Phoebe Hospital. All you see them discussing is the yellow machine that enter in the country. But you got people that saying they're using construction glove to work with in the hospital. Construction glove. That's what the people using. That's how terrible it is. And let me try to play the video here.
Yeah, while you look for the video there, Sarah. So yeah, I think you know, we are making headway. Like I said, we were not on here yesterday. I had a few people that reached out to me and were asking about the reason why we were not on here. So we want to say thanks to all of them for being mindful and being caring. Sometimes once in a while, you know, things happen, technical issues will come up, and we have to take care of it, and also family. But overall, you know, we are hanging in there. We're doing great. We gotta keep it going. And thanks to our journalists who are in Liberia, man. Those guys are doing extremely well. They're as you can see, our page is always active with news and updates, and we are doing the people's work. So let's continue to do what we can do to make sure that we carry information. And I think once we continue to do that, it will give us the basis to grow in advocacy. Unlike Cyrus, who hit him at beginning.
Great. So I have the video here.
No. I was speaking for the beginning instead.
I'm going to play the video, and we can take 3 minutes each to discuss the video and have our party comment.
Yeah, we can do that and have our party come on there.
Now, this is the video. You seen the mattresses in the hospital. This is one of them. One of many.
That's all over. The same thing that you take it, you got the people dying. You see but the government, that's all over. The same thing that you take it, you got the people dying. You see that thing. You see the Biafra. You see the money. You see the sun. I see it. I see it. And the matter, I see blood. All the want to no more, no tassel. They see it. Yeah, when you talk, they say a government, a literature. Why you are there hospital, you're not the one about any tissue. Government do all. Then let them on, you get a good. Yeah. When you talk, they say we'll fire you. So I stay, so if they fire me, so the president, not that the brother know, or one of the Jamaican know, all the money they're sending here.
The gentleman got a point. Phoebe Hospital received a lot of money. A hell lot of money.
Wow.
This is one of many videos. I'm not showing you the one where the staffers were protesting for salary. I'm not showing that one to you. I'm not showing you the one where the people using construction glove to wash. The janitors are using construction glove to wash. According to him, they've been using that glove for the past 3 years. What are they doing with the money? And you see, sometimes I'm shocked as to the work that the LAC is doing in Liberia. They only focus on the big shark. They don't go around to these people. They don't go around to these hospitals that receive government fundings. You don't go around to those individuals. You see somebody in Liberia, the person is not working. Let me try to diverse the conversation a little bit. Somebody not working in Liberia. You're not earning more than 5,000 per month, but you got mansion that you're building. How much is your business bringing in as profit? How much? These are places we need the LAC to go and investigate, not just to limit your investigation to politicians, the big shot. This is the Phoebe Hospital that receive those huge amounts from government. They receive it. And one thing you don't know, Phoebe Hospital is not a government institution. It's a privately owned institution, a Christian-based hospital. They also receive fundings from donors and partners to operate this hospital. And the money they receive from the government, according to them, because the Phoebe Hospital have a school, a nursing school, a midwifery school. Yet and still, they receive the money every year, but you've seen the hospital bed. For how long this has been going on? And bear with me, if you go to other hospitals across the country, you will see this same thing happening. Only because Phoebe came to the public, that's why we're seeing them. But go across the country, go to other hospitals across the country. Cyrus was here recently, he said, when he visited one of the hospitals in Liberia, they took some kind of injection, he nearly turned blind. Those are things that are happening. Those are things that are happening. It's terrible for our country. Let me hear you, CEO, then we go to Cyrus.
Yeah, to just close out, man, it's embarrassing, it's sad. Unfortunately, like you said, this is just one piece. And it was not even planned. Imagine the thousands of hospitals that we have across the country. Phoebe's supposed to be one of the big hospitals in Liberia, if I'm correct. I stand to be corrected. For Phoebe Hospital to be this way, it tells you a lot. This is, people wonder why some people can question, their intent or their plans not to go to Liberia. The guy, the boxers, what's his name? The guy that went to Nigeria with his friends, and then the guy involved in an accident, and the two friends died. He's a boxer from UK.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua. Yeah. So someone wrote on Facebook and said, people question why we don't go to Africa. They said going to Africa is not the thing, but imagine multi-millionaires like Anthony, they go and they have accident in the middle of the road in Nigeria. Nigeria that's supposed to be way ahead of Liberia. And then no ambulance. they put him in a regular jeep straight up to take him to the nearby hospital. No EMT to even go on site to be able to check on those guys. If it can happen, imagine somewhere between in Bailey, in Nimba. Something happened to you, you stump your toes around Phoebe there, then you finish. So that's the sad reality we are faced with. It's unfortunate. We just hope that things like healthcare, electricity, and water, those things should not be tampered with. Those are necessity for any vibrant society. In order for you to strive, you have to have those things under control. And like the healthcare system in Liberia has always been scary. People go to Ghana and other places to get treatment, but then when you have so imagine people that can't afford $2, $4, $5 for themselves, they get sick, they go to places like Phoebe. What happens? Look at the mattress the man showing, and he said he's afraid. They say when you talk, they fire you. Yeah, it's sad, it's unfortunate, and I hope that leaders. I think was it that the minister that went there today were talking on talking to the workers and all those things are another thing, but the millions of dollars that you have, allocated for healthcare should be done in a way that our people will benefit from it. We have there are so many preventable death, I would say, for lack of a better word, little normal common sicknesses that people can get cured of, in other developed countries are killing our people in Liberia simply because of things like that. Look at a hospital. Imagine being sick and going over there. That's death trap. So using construction glove and all, what is that in this 21st century that we live in? So it's sad, man. Sad. I watched that video and it was very, very emotional, very sad. And I will stop there and we'll call it a night, and we'll be back again tomorrow.
Thank you, CEO. That's the hospital you're seeing there. So just imagine how the prisons will be. Our criminal justice system too is challenged, and we'll go to them very soon on the show. Sam, take us home, Chief.
Thank you, Junior. Thank you, CEO. It's great to be here always. It is saddening to see Phoebe that I know years ago, many years before the war. Phoebe was one of the hospitals that people used to refer people, sick people used to really go to Phoebe and get good treatment. But sadly, the corruption in our country is not in government alone. It's in the hospitals everywhere, every sector, even the individual. And your own people can corrupt you. So there's no doubt about it. That's how terrible it is in our country. The failure of our healthcare system have made the citizen gravitating towards churches, fake pastors lying to them because they go to church, hospital, they can't even afford, they don't even have the drugs. The places look that bad. Now it's Phoebe. Let's go to our own Ganta Methodist Hospital. Disaster. Let's go to ELW Hospital. Disaster. This thing is across the country. Administration problem. People want to eat money. They don't want to really provide a care. It's all about money eating in that country. How can you allow patient to sleep or to lay down on that kind of mattress? Very disgraceful in our country. And this hospital receive money, but people want to eat the money, administration. And these people go in there, they pay money too. So sometimes you go, the equipment and the using is terrible, very terrible. I went to ELW, I went to Ganta Methodist, terrible. The other guys in the Ganta Methodist, the guy said, lay down here. Lay down where? I look at the thing and say, lay down where, bro?
Lay down here, Mr. Advocate.
Lay down here. I say, shit. I look at the player and say, lay down where, sir? It meant, Jesus Christ. God has mercy. Sometimes I sit down and say, it's just terrible. It's just terrible for our country. I hope that one day we will graduate from this kind of thing. Liberia is a good country. We got money in the country, corrupt people in the country. The corruption in Liberia has become epidemic in our society, destroying the fabric of our society. It's everywhere. Look at the terrible news that were coming from DEA and all. It's everywhere. Everywhere. And I don't know, as a civil servant, you are there to serve your people. But I think that young man who exposed Phoebe, they might fire him. But at least the God they talk about, that Satan God can protect somebody. Because Liberia, when something bad happens, let's leave it with God. No. God will not come from heaven to fix nothing in Liberia. We have to work. God gave you the knowledge to put it into use. He's not going to come from heaven and hold your hand and say, touch this thing so the magic can come, or either magic or spiritual hand can transform Liberia. It's not going to happen. The great countries that we are talking about, America, Europe, all those things, people put their knowledge into use. God have already given all the knowledge to use. He didn't give all the knowledge to put it, to take the money and put it in our pocket and build our big house and our families, and we enjoy our children, and it's not the way it works. You seeing that mattress today?
Yes,
I felt so bad. It's sad. How can you have a Phoebe hospital that I know years back? I spent some of my time in Bangor. I spent some of my time in Kakata. Phoebe was one of the renowned hospital. Very clean. Very clean, Phoebe, when the white people were there at that point. Very clean. Look at our people. It's all about money in Phoebe now. That school say you're talking about VLA. Liberian people call it VLA.
So Sam, before you close up, I think there is a reason why when these missionaries come to Liberia, they build things, they leave it, they get destroyed after they've left. One of the institutions that keeps standing today, and the reason why it's standing is because all of the president that comes from America, Europe, Brazil is the ABC University. But the Phoebe, the Cantor Methodist, the rest of those places, they are all dead and gone. And what is shocking is that those entities are not only operating on the donors' funding that they received as an entity, but they also receive huge subsidy from the government. Very huge one, like Phoebe. The question now is that what is LACC, what is the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission doing? Why can't they go investigate those places? What happened to the money?
But Junior, LACC, I think they got a bunch of investigation to do. The one that they are done. We are yet to see the results. Today,
The Samatua case is drawing to a very, very, very closure end.
Yes, I saw 12 cases today.
Issue today.
The City of Hope case today. Listen, I hope that these things should be done in a transparent way. We shouldn't target people. That's how criminal justice system works. If you steal, you are punished based on the law.
Thank you.
So thank you. And it's good to be here always to do our thing. And we look forward to changing our country with our voices and ourselves one day.
You're not sending shout out to the people of this.
Great district number 4, Dry River.
I know my voice.
Honor my voice tonight, hearing my voice. It's great to be here. Your son is sitting down here. If your voice is going and people are listening to him. I hope you guys are watching and listening.
Thank you for being here tonight, Chief. You know,
Thank you.
you don't expose yourself to us here tonight. We know now. We know what under the sleeve now.
My friend, Junior, there is no advocacy without benefit. That one, just take it out of the table.
Thank you, Chief. We already hear you. We understand. Again, folks, thank you for following the conversation here tonight. It's been a wonderful.
Can we have a little meeting?
Yeah, it has been a great time speaking to all of you here tonight. It's been a wonderful show. We're going to be back tomorrow, same time, same radio station, same TV stations. We say thank you for following. Those of you who are watching us on Facebook, we say thank you. Those of you too who are also listening to us via radio, we want to say thank you for also listening. It's been a great show. Have a pleasant good evening, good afternoon, good night, depending on location where you were watching us from.